Guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you are brand new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that sits perfectly for you. Let's talk about what is up in terms of astrology and energy for the week of the 25th through the 31st of August, 2025. As always, let's get right in. We start this week with a Virgo moon. Coming off of a Virgo new moon, 0 degrees, just a couple days before. So here's the deal, that Virgo moon is going to quincunx Chiron and Venus, who is the star of our show this week. The moon moves into Libra early in the morning. That Libra moon will oppose Neptune. Venus moves into Leo at 11:27 Central Time. The moon will trine Uranus and Pluto shortly after that. And then before the day is over, Venus in Leo trines Saturn, retrograding, right? So Monday is a day full of positive contacts and communication. As the moon moves into Libra and Venus moves into Leo, this is the beginning of this Venus energy reminds you to kind of step a bit lightly when it comes to relationships, right? Undoubtedly, Venus in Leo will heat things up, but uh, now, right now at the beginning of this cycle, right? Venus will be in Leo until the 19th of September, but now, today, Monday, balance your desire for glitz and glam with the need to be in right relationship in your life, right? Um, yeah, it's a big deal. And remember that when we're talking about Venus, we're talking about love and money and home, your experience of home, right? What home smells like, tastes like, sounds like, looks like, feels like for you. And so in Leo, that gets a little bit louder than Venus in Cancer. So just make sure that you are allowing room for new insights or revelations. Whoa, hey. When it comes to um, your understanding of the state of your 3D sensual experience of home, right? What do you want? Start to balance uh, between you, yourself, and your desires, right? Nothing is going to grow that's built on a foundation that isn't solid. So let your energy adapt to this change in Venus energy. it Because it's such a personal planet, it will be felt a little bit more deeply than some of the wider transits that are going on. So just let that be. Let that be. On Tuesday, the Leo moon conjuncts Mars. Venus sextiles Uranus and trines Neptune. That Libra moon will square Jupiter and sextile Mercury. Shifts or changes feel easier on Tuesday, right? Mind your why and be absolutely certain that that your motivations are sound, and then take any action that you need to. Your real test, remember, we're talking about sensual experience with these Venus transits here. So your somatic experience is the real test. So you're looking for that yes. And if you aren't feeling it, whatever it is, right? Whatever the question is, whatever the opportunity is, whatever the maybe could be, oh, gee, maybe is, whatever the it is, you will either know to move past it based on your somatic response, or to lean in, or to choose a brand new, different way, right? It just depends on what your body says to you. So learn how to pay attention. That tightrope, right? That tightrope that is beneath you right now feels safer when you're in flow and not in resistance. So learn to pay attention. It's important. On Wednesday, Venus in Leo opposes Pluto, and that moon opposes Chiron. The moon moves into Scorpio later in the evening, and that Scorpio moon quincunxes Neptune and Saturn, and um, also Uranus in Gemini. So old patterns might lurk behind your current state of consciousness on Wednesday. Instead of shoving them down or trying to get rid of them or compartmentalize them or ignore them, stretch out your hand and invite them, invite their presence, invite the lesson, right? See what's behind that pattern because it's probably something important. So welcome that and investigate it. You will not be sorry. Um, it might it might be one of those lessons that changes your life, right? On Thursday, the 28th, that Scorpio moon will square Pluto and Venus, and then the moon will sextile the sun. Uranus also sextiles retrograding Neptune. Um, it's a challenging overnight, so pay attention to your sleep, and it might bring you into the day with decreased capacity, right? Or kind of ebbing gratitude, maybe. Check that and remind yourself that you are always enough. Be willing to shift your own self perspective, right? The way that you're looking at yourself and the way that you're looking at other things. Make a list of some of your best qualities, some of your accomplishments, and spend a little bit of time creating some self appreciation, right? And go from there instead of trying to circle around something else. On Friday, the 29th, that Scorpio moon will trine Jupiter and square Mercury, making Friday one of those don't make promises you cannot keep days, right? Uh, you want to be magnanimous, right? You desire to be the life of the party. However, later on in the day, when it comes time for you to make good on those offers or those promises, um, after the words have been spoken, your head or your heart or your body or your soul is absolutely going to shrink back and kind of go, yeah, no. And remember, we talked about that somatic no or that somatic yes being your driver. So here's the deal, your best bet is to simply not say the words in the first place. Do not make the promises. Do not solidify the offer because you simply don't know what the rest of the day brings. Just be silent wisely, right? On Saturday the 30th, that Scorpio moon quincunxes Chiron overnight, and then early in the morning, the moon moves into Sagittarius. That Sagittarius moon will trine Saturn and Neptune, will oppose Uranus, will sextile Pluto, and trine Venus. So that makes for a loose grand fire trine with the belle of our ball, Venus, this week, right? And she definitely has you in a get out and go kind of mood. And the Sagittarius moon absolutely agrees and adds fuel to that fire. So just do it, right? And do it big and do it right. Make it shiny. The thing is that the fun that you choose to have on Saturday might be an entire renewal of, let's say, of your joie de vivre, right? Of your uh, reason for living. So be in your experience. It's important. And then on Sunday, the 31st, that Sagittarius moon is going to square the sun. Mercury in Leo will trine Chiron. The Sag moon will sextile Mars and quincunx Jupiter. So, okay, when they jump, we just say thank you. Um, on Sunday, lean into your new healed story. Be absolutely in it. Get outside, or if you stay in, do something, right? Clean, rearrange, paint your mailbox, get a manicure, go to the gym, have a picnic. The word of Sunday is motion, right? So the key is to get busy and not just busy walking in circles, get busy living, right? Absolutely. Get busy living. That's what they say. All right, shall we? Let's do it. On Monday, we have the Page and the Seven of Wands. This is that day about positive contacts, right? This is when Venus moves into Leo. This is when the moon moves into Libra. So, what are your priorities? And again, we have that energy of pause, that energy of let yourself be really aware of the motions that you're taking, even though this new fiery awareness, this new passion and inspiration is opening up. Make sure you know where you're stepping, right? Make sure that you understand what you want and move with caution, right? Just let yourself ease into that. On Tuesday, we have the Page and Seven of Cups, right? Interesting. So we talked about this as the day to really be in your somatic yes. All of these options are coming at you. How do you feel about that? Um, there's a lot to sift and sort. Make sure that you are either leaning in with your whole self, like the hokey pokey, or your whole self out, right? That is what it's all about, especially on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have the Six of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so we talked about old patterns that might be lurking behind your state of consciousness, right? Instead of shoving them down, invite them to come to the surface. See what's happening. See how you can move with those currents, not being afraid of the lessons, right? Looking behind the pattern of the turbulences in your life, of the places where you have to hold your own line, right? Don't be afraid of the lessons, because when you find out what's behind them, you might be able to change the way that you go at it. Much like functional medicine will look for the reason for an illness instead of just trying to treat the symptom, right? You want to know why instead of just, oh, let me just shove it out there, right? No, no, we're not doing that. On Thursday, we've got the Four of Cups and the King of Swords. Challenging overnights, bringing you that decreased capacity. Okay, remembering that you're enough, cutting out any belief that is not in alignment with that. So stop, make a list, right? The King of Swords is very, very logical. If you're having trouble finding gratitude, sit down and give yourself reasons why. Oh, you know what? I am very funny. I am super loyal. I have always put my loved ones' um, eh, safety at, I mean, whatever it is that you do that you think is wonderful. Make a list, and let it draw you out of whatever shell that is. Right? Go from there. Go from there. On Friday, Four of Wands and the Star. Beautiful energy. Absolutely beautiful. Now, here's the deal. We're talking about a day where we're not making promises, right? The Four of Wands might have you in that. I really want to be magnanimous. I really want to share this. I really want to bring something bright and wonderful to the table. And again, that's great. But if you still need to be in that energy of renewal, your energy might later go, hold up, hold up. We're still healing, right? The star is a card of healing. And so allow yourself to be in that mode. Just because you feel it in the afternoon, if you promise it for the evening, you might end up surprised and not in the best way. So it is absolutely best to not say the words in the first place. Be in the action, be in the moment, but don't be in your future moments, right? Just be where you are. Don't promise anything. Saturday. Listen, we have Death and the Magician. What a beautiful pair of majors for this Saturday. We talked about that loose grand fire trine that really has you wanting to get out and do it, right? So, those things that you've been putting off, those things that you've been shelving, right? Those things that you have on your gotta do it list. Understand that you have the power, and whatever this story has been that you're telling doesn't have to be the action you're taking now, right? This is a process. This is an action. This is an awareness, right? This is a choice. So your will, your joie de vivre depends on how you're willing to put yourself into action in a brand new way. So whatever the story is you've been telling about why you haven't been doing those things, I mean, that's a story until you put the rubber to the road, right? So pedal, metal, let's go. On Sunday, we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the High Priestess. This is a beautiful pair, honestly, right? We're talking about that healed story and getting into it. So we're not in a rush. We're not trying to plow through a thing. We are following our intuition and we are allowing ourselves to be in motion. We're in the marathon. We're not in the sprint, right? We're not trying to run around and shore up things that have been undone for months and months and months at a time. We're going to do a couple of things and we're going to do them well. We're going to invest ourselves in our experience or in our environment or in something beautiful, right? We're talking about Venus in Leo. We want to create and we want to create something beautiful. Mercury in Leo is asking you, how can you put your healed self into motion, right? And create something beautiful, something intuitive, something deep? Well, guess what? All you have to do is make that decision and then put it into action. Always for you. Everything is always for you, right? Especially as we're talking about this week of Venus in Leo, really just doing beautiful dances, right? This is more tango than cha-cha-cha. She is all up in it, and the love that you invest in creating your experience is exactly the love you're going to get back. So make sure that you're doing it always for you and following the universe's lead. Right? And we have Vision Quest. What a beautiful card, right? Number 60. So if you're a 6 person, pay attention here, right? That's just absolutely lovely. So here we go. The essence of this card in the Vision Quest, you face your fear, embrace your mortality, and then you meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, the Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities life is now offering us. We remain on a Vision Quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter in our lives, right? We talked about this. We're choosing now what we're changing. So pay attention. The invitation, find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for walks in a park. If you live in the country, make sure that you spend time outside in contemplation, right? Get off the couch, get away from your desk, go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. Okay, we have all of this action baked into the creation of your sensual experience. So don't forget, right, that what we're doing is creating motion around our somatic yeses. Uh, the medicine here. Spirit has been trying to contact you but received no answer. You're too busy in your life and there's too much noise inside your head. Don't miss the call again. Make room for quiet time. Allow yourself to become bored for a little while, right? And you'll hear the important message trying to get through. So remember, we're in Virgo season. We just had this beautiful, brilliant Virgo new moon. You are on the path of discernment anyway. So remember to hone your vision so that your discernment and routine and stability is created within and then also necessarily created without. Right? You know what you want. Make it happen. All right, guys, be super blessed. I'll see you next week.